My name is Dylan CineMasai Green, and welcome to the Real Notes podcast. I speak with rappers, producers, journalists, and other hip-hop adjacent figures about their relationship with movies, and, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guests this week are Houston-based and Nigerian-born rapper-producer Heavensouls and Atlanta-based rapper-producer Stickerbush, also known as the Sidepeices. We spoke about the bad politics of Tyler Perry movies, Coonskin, the filmography of David Lynch, their respective nomadic lifestyles, being black in the alternative rap and IDM scenes, and the creative process behind their 3 recent group efforts, Darkskin Niggas with Lightskin Problems, Lightskin Niggas with Darkskin Problems, and Darklight, and the Nigerian history and pride behind Heavensoul's most recent solo project, Westside Trap. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes.
Hey.
It's been a hectic couple days, but it's been beautiful outside. I'm in Jersey. It's been like 70 degrees out here, so I've been outside every chance I can get to take advantage of it before we're back in like the 30s and 20s over the next couple days. But you know, my name's Dylan Green, CineMasai. I got a lot of names, do a lot of shit outside, inside, all sides. Like these two gentlemen I got on the show with me today. So I'm not gonna lie and act like I was hip before this, but I was reading the homie Joshua Minsu Kim JMK's publication Tone Glow maybe about like a month or two ago, and I saw an interview with these two boys on there, and I was like, I've never heard of these dudes before. The interview was great. I love to hear about the process, and from there I immediately went and dug into everything I could find. Dark skinned niggas with light skin problems, light skinned niggas with dark skin problems. Like these two, like shit busted my whole head open. Like there's a lot there's a lot of different genre shit happening on here, but like as a rap head, I recognize it as some of the like most funny, off the wall, fucking experimental hip hop shit I've heard in a long time. That like we'll get into later, but we have Heavensouls and Stickerbush, the Sidepeices, in the studio today. I'm so happy to be doing this because Darklight, the album they both put out, like it's fucking incredible. It's like I said, one of the best things I've heard this year. Like I've really been living with it, and yeah, just like congrats to you both on everything you got going on, and thank you so much for being here. You know,
Thank you, man.
It means a lot.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We really appreciate it, actually.
It's like I can't tell you how many people I sent Shorty Sweatshop to like the first time I heard it. Like that's
Bro, it's so hard. It's so hard for us to take our music seriously, bro, because that shit is so funny. Like, people they'll be like, "This is the hardest shit I ever heard," and we'll just be dying.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like that's the like that's the vibe of everything y'all got going on. Like it's like it's that, and then just looking at the cover for Dark Skin Niggas to Light Skin Problem, with Light Skin Problems, and just like seeing him just looking at himself in the mirror with the and it's just like you know like me, like us being us, like I get exactly what you're saying. Like this it like the message hit my chest immediately. so just like see like I don't know, just the way y'all make the shit work is really fucking cool and fun and good to me. And Souls, also congratulations on Westside Trapped too. I was listening to that yesterday. That's also out now. Like please go find it. It's real important and super. We're gonna get into that a little later because that's pretty fresh. But yeah, you know, just like as somebody who really loves what y'all do, I'm just happy to get you on here to talk about process and like considering how collagey and sample-delic your shit is. I can't wait to start just like charting where all y'all's inspirations come from. So I'm gonna ask the first question I ask everybody who comes on here, which is what was the last movie or TV show the two of y'all watched that you had a strong opinion about?
Bro, fucking oh my god, bro, fucking Precious, bro. Bro, I never want to see that movie again in my fucking life. Like that.
Was this the first time you watched it?
Yes, bro, because I had heard all about it, but like my mom, like she wasn't having that shit. Like we watched like wild shit, but I guess that shit was just too much, so she never showed it to me growing up.
Bro, okay.
Yeah, that shit was OD, bro.
Now let me get the context. We were just like chilling, and like there was this like mutual friend that we have, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, we could either watch fucking The Color Purple, or we could watch Precious, both of which Stick hasn't seen. But I was just like, yo, let's watch Precious because I remember that shit being like tonally all over the place that it ended up being like mad funny. But then we watched it.
That shit gave me like trauma, bro. I was like, nah, it's too much. It's too much, bro. Because we wanted to watch something. Because it was my ex who had like recommended it, and when we lived together, she was always watching The Color Purple, and I would like walk in the living room and see her watching it. Yeah. I was like, why are you always watching this shit? So like we picked one to watch, and we ended up watching Precious. Yeah, never again with that shit. That shit was too much.
Yeah, but before we watched Marty Supreme, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Lee Daniels gotta go, bro. Marty Supreme.
Yeah, we're already starting out wild. I love this shit. I want to get to Marty Supreme, but first, okay. So I seen Precious one time. I saw it when it came out because like it was like a big awards contender, and like I haven't seen it. So I mean, it has to have been at least like 10, 15 years since I last saw Precious. Maybe even closer to 20 at this point. And I remember thinking the first time I saw it, like, I never need to watch this again. Like, yeah. I know people live real lives like that. And that always pulls me back from like laughing at it too hard. But you're 1,000% right. And just like how, like, it's so all over the place. And it's such a, I want to be real careful about how I say this. It feels like, I mean, like it is trauma porn in a lot of ways. Yeah. And like, because it's so exaggerated and so over the top, like Monique is throwing TVs at this poor girl, like and you're like, that's like, it's real, but it's so overblown that, yeah, like I get it, like I got hit by it, and like people, people will like, people meme it a lot. Like, I watch a lot of Prim's Hood Cinema. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Prim's Hood Cinema. Shout out to Moses. I'm happy he's doing better. But yeah, like he and his homie Crocs did a whole video on it, and it's just like how like how could you not do it? It's I have such complicated feelings about Precious, because like Lee Daniels got to go. That's basically all.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because like we watched, what was that movie? There's that one movie I like a lot. It's Mysterious Skin. That's a good movie, and it kind of has like the same premise, but it's like white people, so it's like there's like a level of connection that's just not there when you watch it. So it's like it still feel like you're watching a movie, but Precious, that shit too close to home. I'm not gonna lie, that shit too much.
And also, one thing that always tweaked me out about Precious, like, was the fact that there was like a point in time where like the Monique was throwing like fucking pans and all that shit at her, but there would be like James Brown playing in the background, like some happy like funk music, and that shit used to throw me off. And bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Precious also felt like a little surreal at points, to the point it was just like throwing me off too. Like that scene where Monique was just like, oh, the dad died of AIDS or whatever, instantly cuts to like a dream sequence of the main character being like partying and being like a diva or whatever, and that shit used to throw me off. Like it's clear that she was disassociating, but it was just like such a weird sequence, and it was like so all over. Precious is just a weird movie to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what Lee Daniels was trying to like do.
Yeah, like it's weird because it's like because it's like a Hallmark movie. Like you can tell, like you could tell they're trying to take it serious, but the way it's made, it's cut in like really cheesy, corny, over the top ways. And like you said, just like the tonal dissonance of like having the happy music playing during. I mean, like people do that all the time in an attempt to like make the connection, but sometimes the shit doesn't work, and it's just like over the top and insane. Like Gabourey Sidibe, who played Precious, and Monique are both excellent in the movie. Like they're like I mean, like Monique won an Oscar for it, and like she deserved it. But it's just like you just think about this poor girl's life. She's got two incest babies by her dad. She's got AIDS. She's like repeating the 7th grade. She's like not even 18 years old. Like, like primary caregiver for her mother. Like they're both on welfare. She's in the each one teach one. It's just like, why would I want to watch that more than one time?
Yeah, it's too much. And there's no like, there's nothing redeeming about it. Like she don't come up on shit. Like the ending is like supposed to be good because like she get hold of like her children, but then it's like you remember she got AIDS and it's in the 80s and it's just like nah, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's fully a wrap on her whole life. And like once again, like I'm saying this as somebody who hasn't seen the movie in almost 20 years, but I remember even thinking in that time, like not just no, I don't need to see this again, but just like why did they go about it like that? You know, it's like it's crazy because Lee Daniels made another joint, I want to say maybe like 5-6 years later, called The Butler. I don't know if either of y'all seen The Butler.
Yeah, no.
Neither of y'all need to fucking see The Butler. It's like so it's a movie with Forrest Whitaker and a bunch of other people, like really stacked cast. So Forrest Whitaker is a butler who works at the White House. And like it follows him as he's the butler for a whole bunch of different presidents over the course of like 20 or 30 years. And it's more like, you know how sometimes we'll be watching like a black film and you can tell that like a black filmmaker of a certain age and a certain disposition made that shit, and they just like their worldview and just general once again, I'm trying to be really careful about what I want to say, but like you can just tell an older black person made this movie.
Every Tyler Perry movie. That's what you're talking about. Every Tyler Perry.
There you go.
Every single one.
Exactly that. And Tyler Perry's been heavy on my mind too. So it's like it's really like, it's that Lee Daniels, it's that Tyler Perry, it's that like it's so many people I could name, but like The Butler is that. You know, like it's like a biopic about this butler man who's just like, watch it if you want, but like it tracks that Lee Daniels, who made Precious, also made The Butler.
Was it also like torture porn-esque?
Not really. It's
like is it much more toned down?
It's like way more toned down. There's no like, he obviously experiences racism. Like he's like butlering for like racist ass presidents, but like there's no nobody's getting TVs thrown at him. There's no it's not over the top in that way, but you can just tell that this is somebody who's like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, respectability politics. I'm the dignified man doing my job. It's that type of shit. You know?
Yeah, I was scared she was gonna be on some like Lars von Trier shit or something.
No, because Tyler Perry do that shit too. Like the character that like the character deserves what they got done to them because they're not like
he's
white
judging
enough,
motherfuckers every day, bro. Like every movie he makes, you can feel his eyes on people judging them for everything. You know, like I can do bad all by myself. Why did I get married? Daddy's little girls. Like you can like he's a judgmental ass motherfucker sometimes.
I'm gonna keep it a bean though. I'm not gonna lie. Why Did I Get Married is good as fuck. I'm sorry, bro.
Why Did I Get Married is great.
The second one with the Janet crash out scene, bro. That shit is too good, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That shit was hard. That's the only. That's that shit too. I think we did.
Oh no! Wait, what song?
I think it was on Darklight.
It was the end of
Get out of my house.
What's that song?
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I thought that was familiar. That's funny as fuck.
Nah, bro, because my mom used to love that movie, bro, and that's like the one that like I was like, okay, I get it. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. See, it's funny because my
played Acrimony.
Not Acrimony, Jesus. my sister and I love the first Why Did I Get Married. My favorite Tyler Perry scene in any movie he's ever done is the Jill Scott crash out, like when she fucking smashes the bottle over her husband's head, and like the whole table, like they're having the argument, and then it ends with her just being like, fuck you.
Bro, and mind you, he was doing the same shit in that movie that he was doing in everyone. Like the dark skinned man is the problem, and then like she find like a light skinned man. And he was doing all the same shit, but that movie is just like, those movies are good as fuck. I'm sorry, bro. And then for some reason, Michael Jai White was in that shit. It's just too much going on.
Yeah, man, it's insane. And so like the only Tyler Perry movie that I think like going back and watching a bunch of them, the one that I think the one where it felt the most. You ever see For Colored Girls?
No, Kanisha was just telling me about that though.
Yeah, I haven't seen
she was just telling me about it.
So, I mean, For Colored Girls is another one that's kind of like in Precious territory where it's like, it's not as there, like there isn't as much like nervous, like I'm laughing at this because it's so over the top. It's just over the top and depressing, and you'll probably hate your life after you watch it. But it's a really good movie. Like it's it's like Precious in the sense that it's super overwhelming, but it's not like you're not laughing. There's nothing in that. The only scene in that movie that's even remotely funny is the one where I'm sure y'all have seen it around. It's Janet Jackson and Amari Hardwick.
Oh yeah,
like that. Yeah, like that's from For Color Girls.
It's the one where she was like, it was when like her husband was gay or some shit like that. I have seen that clip. And she was like, "You don't want to do an abandon, bro. That shit had me."
Yeah, so you're doing exactly. That's from For Color Girls. Yeah,
bro, I need to see that shit actually.
But also it's based on a play that he didn't write. He wrote and directed the movie, but he adapted it from somebody else's work, and I think that's part of the reason why.
That's what I've been seeing like a lot. Like any material that wasn't his, he low key like. I'm not gonna say he does it justice, but like I think he puts much more heart into it than like he does his other shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, like some of his old like original ideas and shit be insane. I don't think niggas really talk about how like crazy Acrimony was. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga made a whole movie basically just about a guy and a girl who cheated on him. Like the guy cheated on her. She broke this nigga's whole RV. Then they got married, and then he cheated again. And then she took him back, and then he cheated again. It was just mad messy. I couldn't stand that movie, bro. That nigga was actually just trying to be on something just like, oh, black women being like gaslighting themselves.
Nah, bro, because we saw that. We watched that. It was this like FD Signifier video, like this 4-hour video on Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he just put that shit out. Yeah,
bro, we watched that shit in one sitting, and there was one part where he was like, yeah, Tyler Perry be gloating about the fact that he make all his scripts, he do everything himself, and he was like, bro, we know, like you can tell that he made that shit himself. Like, you can tell.
Because I remember he specifically said he didn't have a writer's room, and it's like, I could tell. This is definitely this is definitely from one person's brain.
Because what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it is so funny because like by that definition, it makes him like an auteur. But he's like his vision's just one that I'm usually not in alignment with. Like 9 times out of 10, like I love watching Why Did I Get Married? Daddy's Little Girls is actually one I really enjoy too. But like I remember watching one of the Medea movies. It was either Diary of a Mad Black Woman or the Family Reunion one, and just being like, this is awful. Like it just hit me in the chest. Like this is terrible. Like I hate this for 11 million reasons, bro.
The most like caricature one was the what was the one where old girl kept being like Byron? Which one was that?
Byron.
Was that the Christmas? No, it's not Christmas. It's gets out of jail or some shit like that.
No, it was fuck.
That's the one with Lil Bow Wow. I had Lil Bow Wow in it. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. It was the movie. It was the movie about that like Medea's
Big Happy Family.
I think.
Yeah. Medea's Big Happy Family. Yeah.
Bro,
that's the one where I was like, nah.
Tyler Perry movies for like my whole like upbringing. That shit always just been like movies or propaganda for like black aunties in the cookout just to look at that shit and be like, I know a nigga like that.
And they always get the worst shit happening in the end. Yeah. It's like, bro, don't nobody get no redemption arc? Damn.
And bro, the thing is like, I grew up with the movies, but I've seen the plays way more than the movies because my family just like love the plays way more. And even that shit be frying me.
Yeah. The plays are even more wild. Like I think I might have seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the play, like either online or like on a DVD or something, and that was before the whole movie thing happened. And I don't know, man. Like it was like Tyler Perry's had niggas in a chokehold for a long time, and it's fascinating.
Pass the torch.
Yeah. Yeah, and before we move on from this, have y'all seen the episode of Atlanta where they did like the big Tyler Perry?
Yeah, that shit was really good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. They had Donald Glover dressed up as him, and he's in like a He's in like a colorful, like Fat Albert type of get. I've been meaning to go back and rewatch Atlanta because like I watched the whole thing as it happened, but I haven't done like the big revisit. But
apparently,
like,
Tyler Perry was like really mad about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard.
He was. Yeah,
but
he was.
I do love that episode. That show is so good, man. I love Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
We were talking about like how we were talking about that show because we were like with Darklight, we wanted it to be like, you know, like in like it's like the third. I think it's like the third season where like they go to Sweden and they all bougie and shit now.
Yeah,
that's what we said we wanted Darklight to be. We was like, yeah, we're gonna bougie.
Like Darkskins was supposed to be us just like hungry. That shit was supposed to be like our Illmatic or whatever the fuck. We were just hungry. We were just trying to make like a radio, whatever. And then Darklight, we got like all these like guitars and like saxophones and shit. We were supposed to be like on some like bougie shit. We are gonna get our homegirl do an interlude and be like, "Oh, y'all niggas up now? Y'all can't fuck with it, nigga." No, but like just on that type of time. But yeah.
You see, I'm gonna put a pin in that because I want to get back to that later when we talk about Darklight. But to the point of Tyler Perry being mad about the Atlanta episode, he was also mad about if y'all seen the Boondocks episode, the parody Tyler Perry, because he was mad about that too. I mean, like rewatching it, there's so much in that that's really funny, but there's also a ton that. Okay, I'm walking on eggshells a lot more than I usually do because I'm talking about Tyler Perry and the Boondocks and shit. I love the Boondocks. I've been watching it since it debuted in 2005, and like I've gone back and rewatched a bunch of the older seasons and seen that like some of like they obviously a lot of it's really funny and a lot of it's making really cool points, and then you can just see like Aaron Magruder just every once in a while like just goes too far into some like respectability shit or just like leans a little too hard on the homophobia shit, like on the Tyler Perry thing, like just like it just leaned a little too hard for me to be like you're wilding a little bit. But like everything else about like the commune and them like not being able to see their family, and of course like Huey's breakdown of like, you know, like the dark skinned man's the villain and the light skinned Shamar Moore dude with the rake and like saving the woman from like bringing to Jesus. Like there's like he was clearly mad that they skewered his whole thing. But then like when they brought in the Rocky Horror element, I was like, y'all, like you just had to take it too far. Like it is. I got a lot of complicated feelings about all of this stuff as I'm sure y'all do too. But yeah, he gets mad about that shit. Sometimes I wonder if he gets mad about it because they parodied him, or if because they were. I don't think he cares about the other stuff. I think he's just mad that they're like, you know, like Tyler Perry's stupid, and like Tyler Perry's kind of stupid. So
yeah,
you know.
I don't know, bro. I feel like he's a smart dude to be able to like build a business up from the ground like that. Especially as a black man in America, like acquiring that audience and becoming like a billionaire off of it. You got to be smart to do shit like that. I just feel like
definitely. Yeah.
He also knew that he had to kind of like caricature black people to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why he knew his audience.
Yeah, and that's why I never fuck with like the whole talking point of like, oh, Tyler Perry got to be gay, because it's like whether he gay or not, you can see the damage that he making. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can see what he's doing to the community. Like it's not that hard. But yeah, you can definitely see that he like some of the movies be crazy, bro. Yeah. And what was that movie that he made that was like actually wild? Like that was actually crazy, like that pilot movie or some shit like that.
Oh no, bro, movie. I know what I know what you're talking about. I keep forgetting the name, but it was this movie. It was this movie. I forgot what it was called, but it was about this girl who was with her man, but like her man wasn't like showing her any love or like any attention. So she like gone on a date with a guy, then she got like raped, and then she started like liking it, and then like she got AIDS, and then she died, and then it all like at the end it like was revealed that it was all told from the point of view of fucking Brandy or some shit. I forgot what it was called.
That was the one you told me about. Yeah, that was the one you told me about.
Bro, I saw that shit. I was just like, yo, what is this?
I think it's like he goes kind of far in shock value, but the messages that he like takes out of it, because it's like, bro, white people do like the shock value show all the time and nobody cares. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think that's the problem. I think it's just the narrative that he puts out about black men and black women specifically. That's the issue.
Yeah. Nah, he's definitely got like skewed he's definitely got a skewed perspective on like what black male, like what black manhood and what black womanhood are, and yeah, no, like to he's obviously like very smart and is giving people a lot of work, and that's great. I just like the movie y'all are talking about is called The 688. I never saw it, but I remember when it came out, and just like I don't know, I still got to watch the FD Signifier video too. Funny, my sister's like halfway through it right now. We were just talking about it yesterday, but like once again, just like lots of and you know, like Tyler Perry had his hands on Precious too, because like of course he did. You know, he was already lit enough at that point. Like he's the person who put Lee Daniels on. Like I think that might have been Lee Daniels' first big movie. I think Tyler Perry and Oprah kind of came together and gave him the platform to make Precious. So you know,
Oprah a problem too. Oprah definitely a problem too.
Yeah, it's been getting more and more clear the last couple of years. Oh, for sure. Jesus. Yeah, no, we're already starting off hot. I like this energy. I wanna run it back and kind of dig through you guys' viewing history and listening history. So what's the first movie experience either of y'all can remember having? It could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, just like the first thing that comes to mind for you.
I think off top, it could be earlier than this, but the first movie I really remember hardcore is like The Lion King.
Yeah, classic.
Cause my mom loved that shit.
Yeah, you know, it was mine too. That was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. I was like 4 years old. And yeah, my dad tells me the story all the time. Like apparently I just like stood up at the chair and just like stared at the screen the whole time the movie was on, and that was off to the races, bro.
Bro, because The Lion King is iconic, like dead ass.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it don't matter how many times you done saw it, bro. You see that scene with Scar where he was like, "Long live the king." That shit'll have you hot, bro. That shit'll have you hot, dead ass.
Dead ass. Lion King was also like that scene whenever they were just like Hakuna Matata or whatever, and niggas were eating them bugs, and then they made them bugs like actually look edible, like
it was going delicious, bro. Was it? It's our problem free, bro. That shit is hard,
yeah,
bro. It is hard.
Yeah, no, like the song, like the songs are great. It looks gorgeous. The story's like real easy to pick up on because like they just did Hamlet. They did Hamlet with like the Sahara. Like that's kind of the cool thing about The Lion King. Yeah, I don't know. That's like a perfect movie. That's just like one of those things you put up there and you can watch it, and it's like it might have some issues, but like it really is to me like the best version of exactly what it's trying to be, which is a musical about jungle animals in the Sahara. You know, like probably I'm pretty sure it's supposed to take place in Kenya, you know? So like it's fucking dope. I love it. It's a personal classic. I know all the songs by heart. Souls, what about you?
Yeah, I've been thinking, I don't remember the first movie I watched, but I do remember like the first rated R movie that I watched.
That's perfect.
And I believe it was Ex Machinima. Like literally whenever it just came out, like I went with my dad. This was like before we went with my mom. There was like a period whenever we came to America, and we were just like watching movies and shit, like trying to get shit sorted out. And I remember he took me to watch Ex Machinima, and I remember that shit like giving me nightmares and shit. But I haven't seen it since. But I remember just like as soon as I went back home, I had like a night light and all that shit. I was like top tier bitch mode when it came to that movie. But yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I was just gonna ask, was it because the robot lady just looked the way she looked?
Now she looked so uncanny, bro, and like, I haven't seen it since like that time because of like trauma or whatever. I do plan on seeing it again, but I just remember just like it was something about like how they showed her off in that movie that like used to freak me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You got traumatized from Ex Machina? You know what traumatized me about that movie? The fact that bro is straight simping over a fucking robot. That's the part that killed me, bro. I'm not.
No, simping over 2 robots. That's the crazy part.
Bro, like that's you wilding, bro. What you doing? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I was young when I saw that shit, bro. I saw them robots, and I was just like, hold on, what?
What? You know so I mean, like, it didn't freak me out too bad, but one scene that did, like I got a thing with animatronics sometimes that like they could be super, just like the uncanny valley will like creep me out sometimes. And there's a scene where the other not Alicia Vikander one, the Asian lady, she gets her face busted up, and it's like a quarter a human face and like 3/4 like the robot face, and like the way she was moving, and it looked like that shook me a little bit. Like it didn't traumatize me to the point where I was like, you know, like hunched over, but like I remember seeing that, and like I definitely got a chill for a second, like I don't like that, but I get it. It's like the whole, I mean, like the whole premise of the movie is like freaky and weird in cool ways. I also haven't seen it in a good little minute. I've been meaning to run it back too, because I like that director's other work. He made this other crazy movie called Annihilation that I love, and there's this like freaky ghost bear thing that shows up like an hour and change. Annihilation is a movie I can't even begin to explain what it's about. You just gotta go watch it. It's weird as hell and kind of digs into like dream logic, and it takes place, like it kind of sort of takes place in another dimension, but it doesn't. It's like about it, I guess I'll try to explain it. It's about these ladies who are like in the army or something, and they go to this area that the army's trying to get to that's like a pocket dimension where like aliens live. It's fucking weird as hell, but it's so cool, and it looks great, and just it made me think about a lot. Like I like it just pops into my head occasionally. And of course the guy who made Ex Machina made a movie like Annihilation. I'm rambling right now. I'm sorry, but
no, you get it.
But yeah, no, Ex Machina is freaky, just like on like a purely uncanny robot type thing. And then especially at the end when she decides to become or decides to pass herself off as human and goes into the world, it's freaky shit.
I like that scene a lot where he was like, it was one of my favorite scenes in the movie, period. The part where he was like, yeah, I'm about to hit the fucking dance floor. And they start like dancing in that, like with the robot. I don't know if y'all remember that scene. That scene is so good, bro. Because he starts playing something. He plays like Get Up Off the Wall or some shit like that. Like I forgot what song he played, but it was like something I was like, yeah, that shit is hard. I love that scene.
Yeah, I barely remember that movie. I saw that shit when I was 8. But it was just something about that shit that freaked me out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, like 8 years old watching a movie like that. That's freaky. That's fucking freaky. But that dance scene is great. I don't remember what the song is either, but like it's so funny to me because the movie kind of stops dead in its tracks to just let them dance to that song for like 3 minutes, and it's just like a fun little. It's almost on like some Severance shit, because like Severance does that a lot too, where they'll just like have like they'll all be in the office and then they just break out into a dance for like 3-4 minutes, and it's like, oh okay. Thanks for that. But
is that show good? I watched like the first episode. I never finished it though, but I wanted to go back to it because that shit looked mad good.
It's cool. I like it. I still got to finish the second season, but I really fuck with the first season a lot. Just on some like high concept sci-fi shit. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, me and Steve were gonna watch that shit together with our friend group. I was trying to watch the first episode by myself, but the main character, that nigga just looked too weird for me. I was just like, hold on, I gotta watch these niggas. Bro, that shit.
Adam Scott freaking you out, like
bro. It was the first episode where this nigga was crying in the car, and it was just like, yeah, I can't watch this shit, bro. This shit, nigga way too much.
Now you wildin'.
You take shit serious. That's too funny.
That's why I don't watch movies with him, bro, because he don't take shit. It'll be the most serious scene.
No, bro. This nigga lying. Bro, hold on. This nigga lying, bro. my birthday, whenever I turned 19, I told this nigga, hey, we watching my favorite movie, which was Coonskin. I made this nigga watch
shout out to
Coonskin with me.
Fucking God, bro. Ain't nobody watching that shit. Dead ass. Ain't nobody watching that shit.
Yo, I love Coonskin, bro. I'm with you, son. That's
Nah, y'all got that, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, apparently his shit stopped recording. I don't know what happened, but talk to me about why you're not fucking with Coonskin. I'm so curious.
Bro, I watched like the first like 10 minutes of that shit. I was like, nah, we good. And then I saw a scene of it where it was like Miss America or some shit. She had like big ass titties and she was like stomping on like the main character. I was like, nah, bro, I'm sorry. There's another movie that I watched that is like that movie. I can't remember the name of it though. It was like one of those like, you know, like those early, it's like those 80s like black narrative movies or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but it had like this weird animal in it. I don't know what it's called, but I fuck with that one. But yeah, Coonskin, that shit just look. Yeah, no, I'm straight.
Bro, I can talk about Coonskin all day. Look,
yeah, I love. Yeah, no, tell me how you feel about Coonskin, bro.
Okay, so watch that shit. I had this homeboy, right? He put me on to that shit like whenever I was in like 2021. He put me on to a lot of shit like.
My fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the Real Notes Patreon one time. For as little as $5 a month, you get exclusive goodies like video of every interview, 2-day early access to every interview, an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, exclusive access to the Real Talk Movie Night archive, and early pre-sale links for all live events. If you want to give a little more, you get other exclusives like retro 60-second movie reviews and monthly 90-minute workshops with me, where we can discuss whatever creative questions or projects you might have going on. Head over to patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES to join right now. I repeat, all videos will only be available on the Patreon. Thanks for listening. Shout out to my patrons. Now let's get back to talking.
He was also the one that put me on a France Fanon. He put me on a fucking Du Bois and just like a lot of like black films. He put me on Aaliyah Forever and all that shit. But Coonskin was one that like hit me hard. That she was like mad beautiful. Fucking specifically the fact that like not even just like the mini stories that happen in it and like the fact that like the whole movie was made by like New York graffiti artist just like drawing and like it's just a lot of shit about that movie. But one scene that like did stick with me was the Malcolm the Cockroach scene. Like yo, that shit is different. I'm not gonna sit here and say that movie is perfect. There is like I feel like they were wilding whenever they talked about like drag queens a little bit, but
I agree.
That whole movie is just like actually beautiful to me. Like that shit is actually art. I'm not gonna lie. And I was making this nigga watch it and like, okay, keep in mind like there was other friends that was in like the call. This nigga joined and said, "Bro, what y'all niggas watching, bro? What is this cool ass shit?"
Yo.
And then he just left.
That's hilarious.
I'm not peeping that shit, bro. I'm sorry. I got that shit.
I get it. So yeah, I mean, like y'all might not believe this. I screened the movie for because like for this podcast, I do live movie nights in New York with a bunch of people. I had the first one I ever did was with Nyante from 10K, like Mike's dude, and I let the artist pick the movie, and he was like, "I want to watch Coonskin," and I was like, "Okay, great." You know, like as somebody who'd already seen it, I was like, "Word, like this movie's great." And it was like a crowd of like 20 of us, and we just watched the movie, and like I could tell when it was over, just like watching people's faces, and just it was one that just, you know, head bust, like brain, you know, like brain through nose type shit, and like I'm gonna say I love it because it was funny. I just recorded with somebody last week, and we talked about this movie too, but like I'm just like big on animation because of how it can like make stuff, how it can like it can really bring somebody's perception of the world into into life, really, like in a way that you can't. Like you can like describe the way somebody looks, but showing it through animation and like drawing somebody in that way will really help to amplify it in a way that you could never do by just like looking at it. While but you know, like that also works both ways in the sense that like you could tell that this person had a lot of interesting and crazy things to say about just like black culture in the 70s and 80s with like white flight and all that shit. But you know, like everything with the drag queens and everything with just like the mobster's gay son, and just like it's like, you know, like all of that was extremely complicated and pretty fucked up. But I also just love the way that that movie depicts the police, and just like the whole bit with like him like being thrown out into the street with blackface. It's just like the most over the top. It's to me, that's over the top and insane in a great way. But it's definitely not for everybody, and I don't blame anybody who's like, I don't need this shit in my life. It's plenty of movies that I don't need in my life that I know people love. So I'll never judge anybody for not liking it. But to me, that shit's also art. I'm gonna give it to God and say that shit is art.
I might give it a chance, bro, because you've been trying to get me to watch this shit for like 2 years now. Like
yeah. I'm a big Ralph Bakshi fan. I don't know if y'all seen Fritz the Cat, but he also made Fritz the Cat.
That's what I was talking about. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay,
when I was saying earlier. Yeah. I saw that one. Right. I like that movie.
No, Fritz the Cat was doing similar shit, but this one was I don't know how Coonskin was more over the top than Fritz the Cat, but they managed. And just like real, like a homie of mine wrote this incredible piece for a magazine about the movie's impact, because I think it just turned 40, or maybe like it just turned like 50 years old or something like that. And he just wrote about how the movie kind of symbolizes a very specific type of over exaggeration of like racial stereotypes that I wish I could explain the piece better. It's incredible. Anybody listening, I'm gonna link it down and people should read it. I'll send it to both of y'all after we're done talking. But yeah, like once again, like that's a movie I could talk about. I could talk about Coonskin all day.
About that shit, bro. Like the scene where like that fat black dude was like shooting it was like,
oh, the cult leader. Yeah,
it was like a white artist that stole from black black people, like black culture. And then like the white strips, like there was just a bunch of black people trying to like take as much as they could. Like, bro, that shit is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
God, yeah, it's just so good. It's got so much cool shit to say, and it does it in like and it's like, as somebody who's like big into like exploitation movies and animation, like it scratches every itch. It scratches every single itch I want from a movie like that. But once again, like I get it. It's real intense. It's real intense, and it can be. It took a lot for me to process it. The first time I watched it, I didn't fully get it, and then I watched it again, and it all just hit me in the back of the head. So you know.
Yeah, bro, I let that shit out for it. I was just like, hold on.
But before we get too off the rails, Stick, usually, I mean, like, we already got into it with Coonskin, but my next question is usually, like, I like to think of this as a capital M movie, one that really connected with you in an emotional, artistic, or spiritual way. I mean, like, for Soul, it was Coonskin, but what would that be for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess, like, I'm not gonna lie. Probably Cloverfield, for real.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep it at me. It's nothing in that movie to where like I resonate with it or like it like touches me artistically or anything. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch movies that much. But when I do like find something I like, then it's like that shit really hits me. And like Cloverfield, I like a lot just because I like sci-fi. Like my grandma, when I grew up, she was like constantly watching The Twilight Zone, so I became like a big sci-fi head because of it. So yeah, Cloverfield was like. Not only do I think it's like the only good found footage movie because them shits are ass.
Yeah, largely.
But it's just like, I don't know. I like that type of shit, like shit about like aliens and shit like that. Probably that. And I do like Mysterious Skin a lot too. Yeah, probably those two right now.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious about Mysterious Skin because I've never seen it before.
It's really good.
I don't even think I've heard of it.
It's like it's the only movie I've seen to where like it dives into like how the same instance of trauma can affect two different people differently. So it's like it doesn't just go into like the because usually those trauma movies go into like one character's problems and how they react, but it gives you two different types of like trauma responses that people would have to the same situation. And I really like the fact that it did that.
Yeah,
that's dope. I like that too. I don't know where my phone went. I'm gonna add that to my list because I'm always looking for new shit to watch. That sounds crazy.
Mysterious Skin is real good. I fuck with Greg Araki. He was a director. I like watched all of his movies. Like then, like I think he did a lot for like new queer cinema. He was like.
Sorry, who are you talking about? I missed who you said.
Greg Araki.
Oh yeah, shout out to Greg Araki. I know who that is.
Yeah, that was the dude who made Mysterious Skin. But he did a lot. Like also his like story is insane. But this nigga, he made Nowhere and people hated it because of how like during that time how gay it was. So he made like a straight movie, I guess, just to like mock them. But like. He made it with like homo overtones just to like still piss me. He was basically just like rage baiting like cinema, like the cinema.
That's
world.
hard. That's hard. I fuck with that.
But
yeah, right. Because he has another movie coming out this year called I Want Your Sex. It's got Olivia Wilde and Philip Seymour Hoffman's son in it. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, it looks dope. But yeah, I gotta check out Mysterious Skin. That sounds great. Because at first when you were talking about Mysterious Skin, I thought you were talking about there's this other movie called Under the Skin. I don't know if you ever heard of Under the Skin.
Wait, what is that? Is that Scarlett Johansson movie?
Yeah,
the movie is fucking garbage, bro. That movie is garbage as fuck. I hate that fucking garbage.
I get it. That
shit is trash.
I get it.
Me and my ex, I watched this shit together. I was like, what is this shit even about? Like, what's even going on in this shit, bro?
I get it.
You don't like David Lynch. Keep in mind. I'm just saying.
Come
bro,
on,
I hate
man.
it, bro. Worst director on the fucking planet, bro. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. He to go. Yeah. Hell nah, bro. Y'all got that shit.
Oh, wounded. Nah, that's all right. That's all right. Damn. Nah, man. That's crazy. I'm a big David Lynch fan. I like.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Lynch.
Like I'm the David Lynch fan. I'm like the arsenic.
No, because bro, I remember you told me about like Mulholland Drive. I watched that shit. I was like, turn this garbage ass shit off, bro. Like, what is this even about? Like, dead ass.
Bro, I had a whole back and forth. Like, I remember it was me, this like mutual friend of a girl, and we were watching like Inland Empire or whatever. And we were just like hyper fixating on it. Like that shit was crazy. I've never seen like when it came to like movies like atmosphere like that movie. And then I told this nigga, he was just like, yeah, fuck that, yo. Like fuck that. He was just like, it's like
bro, because it's like
grown as fuck watching David Lynch.
I get why y'all probably like it because bro, I'm not like a movie buff. Like I don't really like watch movies that much. So like if I told you like my top 5 movies, you'd be like, damn, this shit like mad normie. Like he just like the most like normie ass movie. But it's like,
I want to know. Tell me what your top 5 are. I'm no judgment out this motherfucker. I promise.
I'm gonna do Soul.
Cool.
I'm gonna do Soul. I'm gonna put Mysterious Skin. I'm gonna put Cloverfield.
Soul and Mysterious Skin is insane.
I'm gonna put Cloverfield.
Nigga need his ass beat.
What's that? 3? I'm gonna put Jeepers Creepers 1. Jeepers Creepers 1. And then I'm gonna do I'm gonna do Fight Club, bro. I'm sorry, like some of them incel movies be hitting, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like some of them just be hard.
Cool. And like the thing with Fight Club is that I mean, like it's like a movie critiquing incels, but the incels don't understand that because they feel it's like Fight Club is a great movie. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's not, you know.
Bro, I love that movie, bro.
Yeah. I remember when I saw it.
It's just funny that this nigga likes it. I'm not.
That's hilarious, bro. That's
because I really don't be watching, bro. Like, they'll be watching a movie and I'll be like, "Yo, come join in." I'll be out that bitch in 30. I just like listen to albums, bro. Like a lot of movies, just like. Yeah. But yeah, the first time I saw like, because Mulholland Drive is in like that, like you like movies, like you watch movies. You probably got like a what's that shit called? You probably got like a letterbox and shit.
Oh yeah, I got I got a letterbox for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's for like you cataloging. That's not for me, gang. I'm keeping it.
I feel you. Yeah. No, just to give myself and maybe you peace of mind, I'm gonna tell you my favorite movie of all time is probably Space Jam. If I had to pick one, you know.
Oh, that's real.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Like I love like my two are Space Jam and Black Dynamite. Those are my two favorite movies of all time.
Ooh.
Bro. Okay, so Stick, have you seen Black Dynamite?
No, I don't think so.
You go watch Black Dynamite.
Wait,
it's one like that's that's one of those that like it's gonna unite every kind of person because like like the whole thing's a parody of blaxploitation movies, and it's like the movie's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's just nonstop balls to the wall laughs. It's like a laugh a minute type of movie. I know every line. I could throw the movie on. I will quote the whole thing. I've seen it 100 fucking times. The soundtrack's amazing. Fucking Adrian Young did the soundtrack, and they did it all on like old vintage instruments like Moog synths and all that stuff. They shot it on old vintage cameras. Like they did. Like it's a type of parody movie where they get it like the details are so detailed that everything about it is just it's fucking hilarious. Like they got motherfuckers reading off like cue cards, and they have like boom mics coming in. It's such a funny movie, man. I love it. It's like
I've seen clips of it because I know it got Michael Jai White. But yeah, when I growing up, the only shit that I saw that was like blaxploitation really was like my grandma loved Blackula. I don't know if y'all know what Blackula is.
Oh, of course I know Blackula. Yeah.
She was always watching Blackula, but she was like a horror buff. Like she loved Jeepers Creepers too.
I also fuck with Jeepers Creepers too. That's the funny thing.
It's trash, bro. I'm not gonna. Okay, the part where nah, bro, because the part where
Jeepers Creepers 2, the one where they were in the bus.
It was on a bus, yeah.
Oh, hell.
The part with that racist white dude. The racist white dude, where he was like being racist to the black dude, and then he got like his arm caught in a tree. But then he went to go save him. I was like, bro, don't save him, bro. Let him die, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like he gotta go.
Like, for sure, like easy. The only reason I fuck with that movie is because I saw the trailer when it first came out, and it's like the trailer of like the creeper running in the cornfield, and then he throws like the spikes or whatever at the bus. To this day, I'm about to be 34 next week. To this day, anytime I drive near a cornfield or tall grass or whatever, I'm always like, he's about to come out and fuck up my car. Like it imprinted in my brain to the point that I can't not think about it when I'm near tall plants or veggies or whatever. It's just like it's just like that scene that like 3 seconds imprinted on me so hard. Don't ask me why.
I don't like that, bro. In Jeepers Creepers 2, they tried to make him like sexy. And it was like, why are you thirst trapping with Jeepers Creepers? Bro, and that shit was like pissing me off because it was like, what are we doing? Like, but the first one is the craziest horror movie because it's the only horror movie I've seen where they were able to make me scared in the daytime. Yeah. Like that scene in the beginning where he was chasing them with the truck, that shit is too much, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That shit is way too much.
Yeah, no, that first movie is really, 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 really good. Too bad the director turned out to be a terrible person. But
yeah, he like a pedophile or some shit like that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I heard he was violent.
But Jeepers Creepers is great. You know, like I just wanted you to know that I'm not here judging anybody's.
Yo, all I'm saying is, bro, nothing, me and Stick bonded over us hating on Girl Interrupted. So.
Oh yeah, that movie is trash. That movie is trash, bro.
Before we move on to music, tell me about Girl Interrupted.
Bro, hold on, bro. I can actually write a whole book on how much I hate this movie.
Yeah, but
for one,
specifically the scene where, because keep in mind, this was not even in the book, but the scene where like the main character was in the bath and Whoopi Goldberg was bathing her, and she called her a welfare baby or some shit like that. I mean,
bro, okay, bro. Because the thing I hate about a lot of like white movies is like, you know how white movies will have like a flawed character, and it's like you're still supposed to love them because they're flawed. The flaw that we're supposed to overlook is the fact that this bitch was racist, and it's like, what? Like I'm not overlooking that, bro. And it's like for two, that movie does like so much damage to like people with BPD. Like it makes it seem like it's just like a disorder to where you just like you're making it up or you're just spoiled or some shit like that, and it's not like that. You know what I mean? And I hate the way that movie like, because it was like, oh, she doesn't have a mental illness because there's Scarlett Johansson has schizophrenia or whatever. It's just stupid. Like that movie is
that shit is literally
goofy
just
as
the
fuck, bro.
the movie to me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
right.
crazy, man.
Because I remember watching that shit and being like, "Damn, she really going through it." And then she was just like randomly racist for no reason, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck this bitch." I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Nah, like how people say, like they'll have like Alzheimer's and they'll forget all their children's names, but they'll definitely remember to call that nurse a nigga.
Dead ass. It's like, nah, yeah. You got that shit, bro. Ain't nobody feeling bad for your ass except your bitch ass family. Ain't nobody having that shit.
That's crazy, son. See, and Girl Interrupted is a movie I haven't seen in a long time either, so I don't remember nothing about it. But like y'all unlocked some. I'm probably gonna go back and rewatch it just because I wanna have that perspective and opinion. But like that's good to know. You know, it's not a movie I ever like. That's never been like I love this movie, so I'm not like offended or nothing.
A lot of women that have a lot of Letterboxd accounts that dick ride the fuck out of that movie, and that shit used to piss me the fuck,
bro. And it's like, bro, Cuckoo's Nest is just better, bro. If you want to watch a movie with like a dude in a psych ward, just watch Cuckoo's Nest. Like it's just better all around.
Fire. Movie's fire.
I love that movie. So, bro, and Jack Nicholson was hilarious in that movie, and nobody talks about how funny he was in that shit.
That one kid, some buns.
That movie's crazy.
My boy was a cult leader in a psych ward. Like that's different. Cuckoo's Nest is definitely like goated material. Like, man, like you make that one movie and you're like you should be set for life off of a movie like that. Like, like, your legacy's there. Damn, this has already been so much fun, but I want to do the same thing with music real quick. When did music become capital M music for the both of you? Not even in terms of you wanting to make music, but just like just fucking with music. I'm gonna let you go first.
So before COVID, I was like a hip hop head. Like I was listening to a lot of like, cause keep in mind like how my family was like, my mom was like R&B, soul, hip hop. My dad, on the other hand, he was much more like Nigerian music, high life. He also liked a lot of rock music and shit, but he also liked some R&B. Right. So like my family's music taste was all over the place and shit, but I was mostly just listening to like fucking Astroworld or whatever the fuck that was coming out. And then like I remember 2020 that like during COVID or whatever, I heard Spirit They're Gone from Animal Collective. And that shit like low key, that was one of those albums that just like, yo, music can do this, like music can be like this. Like I've never heard an album like that like during that time. And like it was one of those things where just like it wasn't something that I was used to listening to. Like it wasn't like my taste like during that time, but it still affected me like so hard for some reason. You see what I'm saying? And that intrigued me, so it led me down like a whole rabbit hole, and you know, like Animal Collective fucked me up basically. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
get it, you know?
Oh yeah. I think for me when I was younger, because my grandma loved music, so I was constantly taking in like a bunch of like Michael Jackson, Teddy Pendergrass, Kool and the Gang, a bunch of shit like that. The occasional like Hall & Oates, because you know that Rich Girl song? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that song, shit like that. And then because I lived with my grandma for a bit, but I also lived with when I went back to live with my mom, she was playing like Usher and like Boyz II Men and like, you know what I mean? All like the newer soul shit. But being around that, but then also like my uncle liked a lot of like alternative rock shit. So like My Chemical Romance and Circa Survive, All American Rejects, all that shit. So like all that shit just kind of became like a melting pot to where I was like listening to like a bunch of like different shit, like a different types of music. But I think the first like album that I can remember that really was like, oh shit, this is like different was that Satanic Porno Cult Shop album. It's called like it's a really long ass name that you can't pronounce, but it's like Arc. Like the beginning is Arc. I just call it Arc. Mm-hmm. But bro, when I heard that shit and like they was like it's like these like Japanese niggas who like took what's that song called? That Missy Elliott song where it's like Get Your Freak On or whatever. Bro, and they did like yeah, and they did like a remix of it, but like you could tell they didn't even really know the words like that. They was just doing. I was like, okay, this is like wild, and that kind of like that kind of imprinted on me. Like, you can really do anything with this music shit. Like, it don't really. I think that's the one that like stuck with me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I remember now because I remember you mentioning them in the Tone Glow interview and like going and finding some of their stuff. I'd never heard of Satanic Porno Cult Shop before, but that's my shit. I love like I'm like, you know, like that's crazy. I'm a big Circa Survive fan. I discovered them in college. Blue Sky Noise is one of my favorite albums of all time. I listen to that shit all the time.
That Get Out song.
Which
Get Out song is different. Get Out.
Get it.
It's like Get Out. Crazy. That shit is so good, bro.
Get Out, Frozen Creek, fucking the Longest Mile is my favorite one on there,
bro.
That album, you know, that album's crazy.
That's the one I grew up on, but then I went back because my uncle would play Jaturna too, but he listened to the Blue Sky Noise one a lot. I went back and listened to Jaturna. The House of Leaves song at the end, bro. That shit is so good.
Yeah,
Anthony Green, bro. I love Anthony Green, bro. Because that was another thing. I didn't know that like rock. I don't know how to word this. It was a different type of vocalist than what I had heard before. You know what I mean? So when I heard his vocals, it like threw me off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, him and Claudio Sanchez from Coheed and Cambria. Like, they're the only two white boys I ever want to hear hit any kind of falsetto ever, ever. Them two guys, you know, they both got the voices of an angel. I'm also a big Coheed and Cambria fan. On top of that, but Animal Collective, I don't want to forget about Animal Collective. Like, that group is a gateway for so many people into so many crazy things, you know.
And bro, like the thing about that album too was like, it wasn't no like, oh, it was just like some weird like folksy shit. That was the album where they had like fucking harsh noise and shit, like mixed in with like classical music, like pianos and all that shit. And keep in mind, like,
yeah,
it was that fucking Lightning Bolt got me into this shit. Fucking what else? It was like a
Lightning Bolt's crazy too. Shout out to them. Wow.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt is fucking insane. It was just like even like when it came to electronic music, like I remember I heard what was that album called? It was this Autechre album that I heard that like I didn't even like for real during that time, but there was one song that like actually blew my mind to the point where it also just got me into like heavily into electronic music and shit too. But yeah, I think that's low-key it, to be honest.
That's fire. Yeah, and I mean, like, that speaks to all the different types of things y'all are pulling from in all the music you've made separately and together. But before we get into what you guys have done as the Sidepeices, as y'all get older and you start to combine all these different things into the palettes that you form now, when did y'all both know music was going to become more than just a hobby? Like, you were going to go from just like appreciating it to like actually making music?
I think that like,
excuse me,
I don't know. I think it was like, I think at least me, I think I kind of always thought it was going to be a hobby, to be honest. Like, we always had like this like ego driven, like, oh yeah, we the shit. We making better shit than everybody else. You know, the type of shit that every artist kind of has. But I don't think it was until like Darklight blew up that it kind of clicked that, okay, we can actually do this for like a living. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So I because we used to talk about it, and I remember there was one time that PK or Heavensouls, he posted on his story and was like, I always saw music as kind of like a hobby. You know what I mean? And I think I like picked on him for it, but like inside I thought the same shit. Like I didn't think it would get much deeper than that, to be honest. Like most of the shit that we just made for like our immediate friend group or for ourselves, so we could like joke around and fuck around and shit like that. But yeah, for me, I think it was kind of like at Darklight to where, or not Darklight, but Darkskins, to where I was like, okay, we can actually do this. Like we can actually make money off of this and like thrive off of it.
Yeah, because the thing with me is just like before music, like before I was like making music, like I was like a drawing nigga. Like that's all I did. Like, but the thing with drawing was just like I always had like a toxic relationship with drawing because I would have ideas that I couldn't quite like put on paper, but whenever I did it with music, it would match it perfectly to the point where like I got way too into it to the point where it was just like, yeah, like I don't see myself like doing anything other than this. You see what I'm saying?
I
But
do.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like like the both of y'all were making music before you linked together,
yeah.
and before we get into specifically what y'all saw in each other and how that led into everything that's come since. Talk to me a little bit about the both of y'all just working on yourselves and just because once again, to go back to the Tone Glow interview, like you were saying, Stick, like a lot of what y'all made early on, like I know you were like you were talking there more specifically about what you were doing together, but just like the idea of it being like we were just kind of fucking around because people we didn't think anybody was listening, so we were just kind of having fun with it, and like having done a little digging on you guys' early stuff as much as I could find, like that ethos is still there. So like talk to me about developing that on you guys' own before y'all formed the unit.
Like how we've developed like in music.
Yeah, just like as individuals before you
Oh,
came
before.
together as a yeah.
I think so. For me personally, I was always just trying to like replicate how I felt in music because I view making music as like a diary entry or like a journal because I can never really journal like that. Like I just never really like that shit is just too. It takes too much. Like it's too long. Plus I'm left-handed, so when I be writing, that should be like getting on my hand and shit like that. So I was just like, nah, that's not working out. So I was just like, when I found music, I knew that was gonna be like the way that I was gonna express myself. So I just did it in music as much as possible. And the side piece of shit was kind of like a break from like the serious shit that I like to make. I think that like really, I think it's really just been like skill. Like it's really just been like I've gotten better at this thing, but I've still expressed myself in it the same way. You know what I mean? But like over time, I've just gotten better and like learned how to mix better and shit like that. So yeah, I think that was really where all my development went into. I think there's like small shit like talking about. Nah, I still haven't really got there yet. But yeah, I think it's really I think it's really just skill, to be honest, like getting better at it.
Yeah, no, because I can see, like I can see what started, like the foundation of a project like Stickers, like a lot of that translates over. Like it really does feel like you're building on what you did with Stickers there. Like there isn't too much of a disconnect, at least for me. Like maybe tonally, sure, but like not really. But just in terms of like the bare bones structure of it, it's like it would make sense that you would go in that direction, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Souls, what about you?
So, um, before like I think like pre 2022, um, I think I was like in a lot of musical circles. You know, whenever like even outside of music, you know, whenever you're around a lot of people, like so many people to the point where like you can't really focus on yourself, if that makes sense, because you have to worry about like so many other people. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
because like I was in like like I was in Dismiss Yourself, like I was like a part of like that circle for a little bit. Then
Yeah.
I would like make beats and sell it to people or whatever, and I would kind of just like fuck around and just like make like I guess like cloud rap beats or whatever on the side. But then like I left that whole circle, and that was like during the time I started like traveling a lot, and then I made debut, and I think debut that was like the time where like my whole sound and like everything I wanted to do just like randomly clicked. Like I think that was like during the time that like I just knew exactly what I wanted to do and like how I wanted to go around it. So I kind of just like
Yeah.
kept making music, kept putting it out, just like kept trying to refine like this shit, the shit that I have. That's why I made Jambalaya. That's why like I just kept putting out music like to kind of build like the sound that uh like I just found for myself. And I ended up meeting this nigga, and then you know we would just go from there. But like before then it was just like I always kind of had like that kind of like sound collage like ear for shit, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
like I guess like during 2023, I finally like realized that it can be like a style that I can play around with, like whether it's with jazz, whether if it's like with electroacoustic, like field recording music, then I can fucking do like Foltronic over it. Then I can do like Afro beat and like yeah.
That's so ill because I mean, like that's the like that's the whole beauty of sampledelic everything. Is that like you can just kind of pull from anywhere and make it sound the way you want or need it to sound. And I think the beautiful thing about you two coming together, especially seeing what you've done separately, is that y'all y'all really brought the funny and the joy out of each other in a way that was there individually, but like there like this music is so playful. It's so like it's like so aggressively playful, and I can I can tell you're having so much fun just making it in every single way. So talk to me about meeting each other and finding each other as kindred spirits and how that led to a lot of the early stuff.
We met when we met through like a mutual friend kind of, because I was living with this dude, and he used to like be on calls and shit with PK, and we kind of met through there. The first time we ever met, I was making like, I think I talked about this before. I was making like a beat and I was like streaming it, and he came in and just trolling, like was just trolling the whole time. Like he was like, "Yeah, we about to take this shit to the club. Everybody about to be shaking ass, this and that." And I was like, "All right, bro, whatever." And then like from there, we started. I think he sent like one of his topsters or some shit like that. And he had like some shit that I had liked, and we started talking from there. He showed me some of his shit, and then he dropped the Jambalaya album, and that's when I was like, okay, he different. Like, because it's like I got into like the music scenes kind of late. You know what I mean? Because I was like working and shit, so I didn't even know that like there were like little places to kind of like make music with people or show people your music. I didn't know that shit was really a thing. And then when I heard some of his shit, I was like, okay, a lot of the people in this scene, like in like the obscure like experimental music scenes, are kind of ass. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it's usually either like really derivative or like it's really just a lot of white people trying to sound like what they hear. And then I heard him and I was like, okay, he's doing his own thing, because that's what experimental music is about. It's about making your own thing. And if it happens to be weird, it just happens to be weird. And I could tell he was doing that, and it was like good. Right. So yeah, when I heard that Jambalaya album, I was like, yeah, he the mill ticket. Like we about to get out. We about to make it out. Then we became tight from there. I told him, I was like, yeah, this shit different. Let's make because we already had ideas. Like we would joke around about like old R. Kelly songs and like, you know what I mean? Like old like Omarion songs where they was like dancing and like throwing rocks out bitches' windows and shit. Yeah, like ripping his shirt open in the rain. And we was like, yo, let's make
touching shit. Yeah, totally.
We was like, yo, let's make an album like that. So then we made Lightskins, and from there it's just been like, let's do the same shit, but like what's the skill that we acquire over time and just make it bigger, make it weirder. There's always a concept for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's kind of like how it like progressed.
That's so cool. And like speaking of that progression, like like excuse me, just like that progression really shows on a project like Light Skinned Niggas with Dark Skin Problems, because to me, like you look at what y'all started out with there, and that it like it's gonna sound weird, but to me that one sounds a bit it sounds a bit more traditionally structured than Dark Skin Niggas does. Because like to me, like there's a lot, like you could tell by the time that one got made, y'all had figured each other out and knew what everyone's strengths were and knew how to crank all your shit up to 11. Yeah. And it just felt more ambitious and more off the wall, and just like the samples and the types of music you're pulling from is just way more different and way more spectral and out there. There's like a bunch of ambient tracks on here that there just weren't on the first one. So like talk to me about the difference between making Light Skin and Dark Skin and how you guys feel like you developed as a unit from the first one to the second one.
Light Skins, I think we was kind of like, Light Skins was like, we just want to make jokes and like make it into songs. It was really just like something for our friend group to laugh at and something for us to laugh at. we made it just like really for the purpose of like it being funny. Like we were just like fucking around, dicking around or whatever. Because PK had told me one time, like he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, like I want to make like this crazy like experimental wild album and just have it look like a regular ass mixtape. Like just have it look like some shit that you would get at like the barbershop." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And then like I think after that, that's when we like had kind of made Lightskins. That we didn't really care how it sounded. That's why like some of the mixing sounds like bounce that ass. Like it's all over the place. But Darkskins.
The nigga say, yeah.
No, like I'm not gonna lie, like you're not lying, bro. Some of that shit sound like bounce that ass. I'm not gonna lie. But Darkskins, like we wanted like Lightskins to really sound just like a mixtape, like a barbershop ass mixtape. Yeah. For Darkskins, we were like, okay, let's show out. Like we wanted to really show out. We still wanted all the funny shit, all the jokey shit. But by Darkskins, we was like, okay, let's like, we tired of being number 5,400 1-hour rater music. Like let's make some real shit that's like gonna get us somewhere. So we just started tryharding. Like we really was just tryharding on Darkskin. And yeah, that's really that to my knowledge, that's kind of how it became. He might have like a different perspective.
Fill us in, bro.
Alright, so the whole concept for Darkskin niggas at first, I don't know if we like I mean it was kind I guess we kinda like lean towards into it, but I just think we just like did some funny shit out of it. But it was supposed to be like Lightskin niggas was just like a barbershop mixtape. Darkskin niggas was supposed to be like a radio station basically. So we had like the Darkskin niggas, like all that shit.
Yeah.
Darkskin, whatever. So we basically just like over the span of months, because keep in mind during that time whenever I was making Darkskin niggas, I had like this I was in college. I had like this busted up laptop, and I had to take it to a repair shop. So I got like this loaner, like $300 like fucking ThinkPad, or whatever. And I started like making beats or whatever. He made beats. I flipped his shit. He flipped my shit. We like conjoined them together. I did like a lot of like what's the name, like how it's what's the name. Not how it's structured, but like the arrangement of the whole album and shit. I was just like trying to like do the transition or whatever, and I just didn't think anything of it. Like I just thought it would be funny to do like an R&B song. They have like a fucking like this one Usher flip that I did, and then like have it transition. Like it was still like in the vein of just like us fucking around, but it was much more just like I guess like wider in scope and much more like maximalist, like it's our sound just times 1,000. But yeah, I genuinely feel like before it was much more disconnected, because it was just like I was sending him audio files, he was sending me audio files. But I think like near the end, we were just like, it was way more funner because we were just like fucking around way more. Like this nigga sent me like, I was trying to find it, he sent me like 2 minutes of just like random ass vocal tags that he would come up with. And like some of them I couldn't even I like didn't think to use. Like this nigga, we were gonna do this skit where it was gonna cut and he was gonna be like, oh yeah, I got this caller, his name is Shaniqua, what's it gonna be, or whatever the fuck. It was just
Oh yeah, I forgot. But yeah, that was like the concept. We had like this like radio station like where you could call in and shit like that. We still kept a lot of it in, but like yeah, that's pretty much what we wanted to do.
Yeah, just like I love this idea of just the two of y'all having space to bounce your wildest ideas off each other. And like I want to focus on two from both these albums before we move on to Darklight. The first one, like even just thinking about it makes me chuckle. I listened to Newport Hose a lot the first time that I heard like just the it's just like you talking what you're talking about against this crazy Justin Bieber baby sample. Like it like that's I don't know, like to me that's like the like I could imagine being with my friends in my basement in high school recording some shit exactly like that. You know, like it's just got like a very specific type of like black teen fucking around type energy to it that I love, and I'm just you know that what was that dumb shit the dude in the Spider-Man video said, the inimitable swagger of a black teen type shit, you know, like.
Bro, we be picking on that shit all the time because that shit was so funny.
Yeah, it's yeah. Like I'll just be saying it to myself in my head all the time. But talk to me about that song specifically, because it feels like a linchpin to the whole album to me. Like you get the whole project, you know?
Yeah. So I found this beat, like that beat, when I was just like scrolling around, and I thought that shit was mad funny. So we were just like, you know what, fuck it, we just included it, and like there were songs on Darkskin niggas, not Darkskins, but Lightskins, where we had like clear themes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like with the same chick song, we had like, yo, what if we were just like, what if both of our girls cheated on us, but it turned out to be like the same girl, so they were just, it was just shit like that. But in Newport Hoes, we were just like, that shit was low key just like a big ass freestyle. But like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that shit was funny. I think that shit like the whole like, I feel like for dark skinned niggas we didn't really have to do like punch-ins for real, but for this shit we really didn't do it shit because we really just did not care. So we didn't do punch-ins. We didn't like make this shit like lined up on grid or whatever. We were just like literally just speaking shit, just saying shit low key, and I fucked with it a lot.
No, that's what makes it like that's what makes it so fun. It sounds so loose and just like y'all just put something together that you really enjoyed and want the rest of the world to get in on how funny it is. And like you could you could even say the same about a song like "Fuck a Stimulus, I Need My Shit in Blood" from Darkskin, you know? Like to me, like that's almost like you could say the same shit for a song like that, but just at like a much grander scale.
No,
And like it's just so cool to me to see. It's like I always appreciate being in a position where I can see somebody start out with an idea and be like, this is a cool idea and I can't wait to see how it develops, and then you literally watch it develop in real time, and it's just like, damn, like you really took what you were doing here and multiplied it exponentially, you know, like 1 is 10 now, and then you know you get to Darklight and 10 is 100 now, you know, and it's just like you can let, you know, like just being able to see those steps, like you know like listening to all 3 of these projects, and then the new one in particular, I felt the same way I felt when I first heard Injury Reserve before they became By Storm, you know. Like it, like I got the same thrill of excitement of like, I have no idea where this came from. I don't know what it's trying to pull, but I love the fact that it's like blooming the way it's blooming. I don't know,
bro.
like,
and I think some of the reason that people like the shit that we do too is because a lot of that shit is like organic. Like we really will make a whole song about like some random shit, like the Stimulus song at the beginning, like, you know, like the food stamp shit. I really made that shit because I had just got approved for food stamps. So I was like, let me just make a whole song. Let me just make a whole song about it, because like, why not?
No,
like some of that shit is just like,
even in that same song, I made this song called like Libertina because there was like this homegirl that I knew that like she didn't listen to music, she didn't watch movies or whatever. All she would talk about was just like Karl Marx and shit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, yo, is there anything else? And like, but so I just made that like, I made a song just being like, yo, what if like you're really trying to like connect and like date this girl, but all she want to talk about is just like the newest Hasanabi stream or some shit like that. And I just thought that but yeah. She's like actually streaming consciousness.
And just like taking these ideas and creating music and sampling the way y'all do. I'm always fascinated by how that type of production comes together in a modern context, because sampling means a million different things to a million different people. Like it could go from being like some DJ Premier or some Alchemist shit to being like some Cash Cobain shit or like this, you know, like, which is very Like y'all are working in a bunch of modern and vintage traditions, and it's just there's no way to pin y'all down. And I love that about your music, like not being able to pin it down and having to affix it with like 5 different types of things. It sounds like, you know, just like how do y'all how do y'all think about and approach sampling as an art? Like what is it like what does sampling mean to you? And I guess just like I don't ask this because usually it's pretty self-explanatory, but like how are you putting these songs together? Like I'm like I'm in my head trying to like do the puzzle pieces, and I got no schematic for this shit. So like please break your process down for me.
A lot of like the crazy, because a lot of the crazy shit that you hear in music really has to do with the arrangement. You know what I mean? Like you can hear like a crazy like sound design granular ass loop, but it's not gonna really do anything because it's looped. Like it's just looped over and over. Like don't get me wrong, there's some crazy like just straight looped like sample based music out there. Like Mike got some hard shit, but it's really the arrangement, and I feel like that's like more given to PK because he be doing a lot of the he got like that DJ mind to where he know how to like make shit sound crazy if he pieces it together. If I do that shit, it's gonna sound like straight dick and ass. So it's like it's really him that be going crazy with that shit.
And ass.
It's like, bro, he'll take like this like some like crazy beat that he'll make like drums everywhere, like 25 different stems. And then like I'll just have like a ballad, like a pretty little ballad, and he'll put it right next to it in the same song. And it's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really that shit that makes the crazy shit. I think the other part of our process that makes it crazy is like, we just mad like nerded out when it comes to like, we just always learning something new about production. Like always want to like, cause when we first made Darkskins, we were talking about how like, there's not enough like Black exposure in like the IDM scene. Like it's just not really a thing. Like you got like Flylo, but Flylo is more so like jazz implemented with like electronic music. Like Flylo is hard. That's no knock to him, but it's like we wanted to implement like Black culture into the IDM scene. You know what I mean? So we wanted to like.
And same with like that. You brought that up.
Yeah, and same with like the epic collage and just like even like the sound collage kind of like genres who like throughout history have been like white dominated, and then when it came to epic collage, it was more so just like different people, like Hispanic people or like Vietnamese people or whatever. So we just wanted to like do that. We just wanted to like implement these genres that we love so much in the like Black lens, basically.
Yeah, and actually, because a lot of people like Alicia Crampton or like whatever fucking like white tape recording sound collage artist there is out there, they usually put their own personal experiences, like they put their culture into the music. So we was like, bro,
where the Black culture
Black
at?
people just too funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Black people too funny to not have like a sound collage album out there. Like, what else? Just like putting culture in there, like putting like random fucking like Usher climax with a whole piano ballad on top of it. Like it's like we gotta insert ourselves into that shit because it's Black culture is too. What's the word? Like, I can't think of a better word, but just too like good to not implement into that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it just felt like it was missing. Like we would look, bro. We would actually, I don't know if you remember this, PK, but we would like look through the charts and look through like sound collage and try to find like a Black album, and we could not find shit. Like we couldn't find anything. We was like, you know what? Let's just make it.
Yeah. See, no, I appreciate y'all coming at it from that perspective because like as somebody who also loves this music and is Black, like I couldn't agree more. Like that's and you know like and like that's of course a big part of the reason why I was attracted to this. Like just like listening to man, I'm trying to remember the one from Darklight that really sent me flying. Able to like the one where it's just like you got like where you got the fucking plug ad libs and then like Soulja Boy saying huh and just like over like you know like to me like he's like I'm hearing all these different things and I'm like I know where every little bit of this is coming from. Like this and like in my head I'm like this is so if you know for this specific type of music. Like
and that's
it just made me so happy.
Bro, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's what I'm saying. That's like the big part of why we made it, bro. Because there's like Black people in the scene who just don't have a place for shit like that. So it's like we made it for kind of like there would be people who would hit us up and like DM us and be like, bro, thank you for this. Like I really wanted to see some sort of like Black culture in the scene or like see, because like when it comes to experimental rap, it's mostly experimental rap. Like it's like mostly like people like rapping in the experimental scene, which is hard. But it's like there was just no scene in like this like purely like electronic. Because like we take the electronic portion. I don't know how to rap. I'm not gonna lie, I'm garbage at that shit. Don't. You can mostly hear it in the shit, but it's like like there would be like white people would be like, that's what I'm saying. Like white people would be like, what the fuck are they doing? This makes no sense. And it's like if you get it, if you grew up like it, you get it. You know what I mean? You see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm picking up. Like I'm picking up everything y'all are putting down. Like if I had some shit like this when I was in college, I would never shut the fuck up about it. Like this would have been my whole personality. I swear to God. Like so like like I'm quite a bit older than both of y'all, but like I did feel seen in that specific way because like you look at something like what the world has kind of coined as hyperpop. Right. And like how all the different elements of that are really at the end of the day, it's all coming from Black culture in one way or another, like whether it's like rap shit or like just like so much of everything you just described is being or like was being done in different ways by different types of people, like you were saying. So to see y'all come at it from a sound collage and IDM perspective really heartened me because like there's people like us who care about this stuff and want to see it portrayed in a way that we can relate to on that personal level. And you guys are giving that to people. And I think that's a big part of the reason why Darklight hit me in the face like it did, because like, like not to, I mean, like not to glaze too hard, but like I felt seen. I was like, damn, this is just like really fun and cool. And these guys get it. Like they figured out a way to give Black folks this in a way that they haven't had before, at least that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So like,
and it's
it's
bro, you gotta think like we obviously got the pioneers, like people like Injury Reserve and JPEG who kind of like laid a lot of the groundwork for shit like this, for like in Doom, like these like weird Black people who laid the groundwork for Black people to do weird shit in music. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like doing like weird shit, but it's like. Yeah. When it comes to like the sound collage and like really like I guess like hyper poppy scenes, I mean you got like Jane Remover will put like a 3-second portion of like Poison in there, but it's like I want that shit from the source. Like I want, what I'm saying? Like I want that shit from like where it's from. Like I want somebody like you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? No, and it's like yeah, that's really the reason that we wanted. And I'm glad you peeped that because it was like a lot of people don't peep that to where it's like is made by like people who grew up in Black culture for people for Black people, really. Like that was really the main objective. A lot of this shit's not random. You know what I mean? Like a lot of this it's random, like sonically, obviously, but it's like you know where it's coming from. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know why it would be so funny for us to put like fucking orchestral music over Usher's climax. Like you know why that's so funny. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And like I feel like there is also an argument to be had about like white people trying to like frame it as like hood irony or just like kind of just like masquerade it and then like pull it right back to like, oh, this is just like YouTube poop music or meme music or whatever the fuck. But like,
yeah, man,
I don't know. Like it's one of those things where it's just like if niggas get it, niggas get it. But if they don't, you know what? Yeah,
bro. Because there was people online who was being like, oh yeah, like what was they saying? There was like, oh yeah. It's so funny because you were like, y'all are like picking and satirizing like Sexy Red and Glorilla. Nobody is satirizing anything. We love this music. It's like, yeah, I'm not sampling shit that I don't like. If I wanted to sample some shit, I'd sample like Pink Floyd. But like, if I wanted to sample some shit that I didn't like, I would sample Pink Floyd. But it's like I'm not doing that to like Glorilla and Sexy Red. These are all artists that like we love and like want to contextualize in our music and like just put in there to like elevate it or do something, do this or do that. Yeah. But it's like a lot of white people see that shit and be like, oh, they trolling. Ain't nobody trolling. You just see it as trolling. Like that's your problem. You got to work on that. You got to think about that.
No dead ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that should be pissing me off. Like I hate that shit.
I feel you, man. Yeah, like I mean, like as somebody who's been moving through these spaces for a long time, who like gets it, like it annoys the shit out of me. And to see like there is there is like a very funny energy to this, but like y'all are being sincere. Like this isn't like it may have started out as a joke, but like you show somebody Darklight and it's like, yeah, and it's like once again, like Injury Reserve, like Richie and Parker and Groggs, like those are my people. Like I've known them forever. So to see their influence make it to something like this, and to build on that in a way that feels, and I mean like the way Nate does his shit, like he's always been very explicitly like, I'm a nigga, I'm talking to black people in my music. Like on their new album, the song Dead Weight is about him cutting his hair off and then regrowing it back out into locks and shit. You know, like that's his, like he told me about that when I saw them play this show in the city in New York. And like he's done stuff like that before, but to hear him explain it to me the way he did and then listen to the song, I like almost started crying. I was like, this is everything I've ever wanted and stuff like this. And y'all are expanding that in a way that's even more playful and fun, and like y'all just got so much skill to be so young already. Like I cannot tell you enough how much like I've run Shorty Sweatshop into the ground. And I've really been rolling that song in my head, just like, how did you make this? Like, where did this come from? How did you know to, like, it just blows my mind in the best possible way. It really makes me smile as somebody who, as like a black person who puts on for experimental shit like this. I'm always gonna tip my hat to the way y'all pulled that together. So just congratulations. I'm just talking at this point, but like,
thank you. We really appreciate that, because there's some shit that we haven't been able to talk about yet. Like we haven't been like, and plus, we'll be able to talk about, but like don't nobody get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't know.
We haven't been like, we've been doing a lot of interviews. We just haven't been like, we finally started talking to a nigga.
That's what I'm here for, son. Come on.
So yeah, we can finally expand on shit, because it's like, bro,
yeah.
When shout out to all the people who love our music and shit. That's not, you know what I mean? But
like, I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop laughing.
But it's like, yeah, bro. You get put into like this box of like, oh, you only had to have influence from this thing, or like some random white artist that they think you've been influenced by or some shit. And it's like, bro, all the shit that we love and we think about in music is like in there. It's already there. You just didn't grow up with it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And bro,
it's all
like
there.
A lot
so
of
it's like
racism that stems from that shit too. Because like, I remember I put out a Westside Trap. First comment I seen, this was like an actual DM. There was this nigga that hit me up being like, yo, this shit kind of sounds like Injury Reserve if they made a Fela Kuti album. I'm just like, nigga, come on, bro.
Jesus.
Like, it's getting to a point, bro. No rapping on that shit. But yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like microaggressions and shit when it comes in music, because like you'll see a lot of like, I don't know, bro. Like you'll see like black artists talk about like shit that white fans do, and then white fans will say shit like, "Oh, but all your fans are white," and it's just like, I don't know, like that shit. Yeah, like I don't know, bro. That shit just sound like "Shut Up and Dance" to me. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
And it's like they be doing it so freely, and it's like nobody calls this shit out. Like it's just there, like it's just happening. And it's like, I get it, bro. Like white people go to all the shows and they be getting that shit going, but at the same time, it's like there's a lot of misunderstanding.
And I
you know what I mean?
Because,
like, there's
like,
a
lot of like our viewpoints when it comes to like music cultures is because like we were in like these music discussion circles. You see what I'm saying? Like we were also just like constantly like being in different forums or different like blog spots or whatever, just talking to niggas about like music that comes out and shit. Like we were like rate your music ass niggas for a time. Then we blew from that, started making music. Then we looked back and we seen like, yo, there's a lot of shit that just does not get called out that I know niggas know about, but they just don't call it out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Because you gotta think
was close to it, but like I feel like JPEG was more so attacking shit from like a political lens more than like an actual music discussion cultural lens, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like experimental music is already kind of like a hard to pinpoint form of media to call out racism. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like everything is subjective. So like niggas like to hide that subjectivity behind saying crazy shit that they shouldn't be saying. Yep. But then it's like, because it's like it'll be like these white people who like will only love like Miles Davis and John Coltrane and shit like that. It's just, I don't know. It just be weird to me. But it's like, experimental music is even more niche demographic of music. So the little microaggressions that get thrown out, it's even harder to see because it's in this like weird echo chamber. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're actually in these forums and in these discussion places for discussion and shit, you just see a lot of weird shit. Like a lot of like, especially a lot of like white people, they'll like your weird music as a black person, so they expect you to act exactly how they want you to act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like they police your music. Like somebody like it's the comparison shit, but it's also like somebody like what's his name? PK, you know what I'm talking about? That white dude who be making like the experimental music or whatever his name is. What's his name, bruh? It's that what he was like a YouTuber before he started making music or some shit like that.
Joji?
No, not Joe. No, bro. Ain't he like Asian or something?
Yeah, you know, he's Asian.
Wait, white nigga that.
Bro, he made the song with Danny Brown, the him and Danny Brown song.
Quideka.
Quideka could do whatever the fuck he want. Like he can do whatever he want, and it's like people aren't gonna really question it like that. Like he can make an album with like pseudo soul chop, and then like have like an electronic song on there, and then have he could do whatever. But it's like white people, when they see black people they kind of have this. People will be like, "Oh, stick to this sound," or like, "Oh, do this next." Or it's like, bro, you don't do that to them white artists, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
right? Because because like to them, like you're theirs, like you're their property. They found you. They're, like it's just like it's the inverse of that gatekeeping conversation where it's just like, oh, these are like the special black artists who are doing this thing I really like.
Right.
I don't want them. Yeah. It's just like that's I've seen it happen to a lot of people. I've had conversations with a lot of different people online and in person about the way they can be weird about holding on to and misunderstanding a lot of the shit that's being made by people like y'all. And yeah, the microaggressions are everywhere, and I'm happy that y'all feel it in yourselves to call it out this early in your careers and like just like plant the flag firmly. Like we are making music for black people. Like you know, like you aren't the default perspective here. Like we are. It's our music. Don't let us like or like don't speak for us.
Right.
Like it's like don't speak for us. We can speak freely for ourselves, and
and bro,
like y'all obviously have black fans.
Yeah, because you know how like I feel like white people see what like you show a black person some shit, like an older black person, they'd be like some weird shit. They'd be like, that's that white people shit. I feel like white people see that and they like internalize it and be like, oh yeah, no, you doing shit for white people, and it's like, that's not the case. That's not what's going on.
Right. Because that's the thing.
It's it's the rock music conversation where it's just like that's our shit. That's not white boy shit. That's ours.
Right.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Souls. I'm sorry.
Even when it comes to the topic of just like, and me and Stick had this conversation. When it comes to like a lot of like experimental hip hop, white people have this vision where like, okay, you can either go the political like Gays Go Avera route and only talk about politics, only just like regurgitate our opinions on shit, or you have to like just be loud and abrasive. If you're not, you're too slimy. If you're not, there's no in between. There's nothing. It's like either when you're experimental, you have to be serious. Like you have to like talk politically. You have to talk this. You have to like be a certain way to these niggas. Whenever it's just like, yo, why can't we just have fun with the shit? That's all.
Right.
Like have fun with our culture. Like celebrate our culture. I'm sorry, bro. Our culture is not just niggas dying and fucking like us profiting
or laughing. Like it's all like, in the middle.
There's so much to our people. There's so much to like our culture that shouldn't just be just like constantly just like, oh, we're this. We will speak on shit like injustice and like a lot of like bullshit that happens politically and shit. Like, we're never not gonna speak up for shit like that. But it's more so just like, I feel we need to like set a precedent for just like black people, just normal black people that are just having fun making music, to just thrive in these spaces without having to appeal or just like sound smart for white people that will not
Right.
even like, half the time them niggas don't even support the shit anyways, bruh.
Bro, because they like that like weird degradation shit. Like they like hearing music where it's like, and I get it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it gets like the wrong reaction. Like JPEG will say cracker or some shit, and then you'll look in like these forums and people are like, "Oh my god, I'm such a cracker! Look at me!" And it's like, bro, you corny as fuck.
Like, all right, bro. Like, yeah, what are you doing,
bro?
Yeah,
like, come on, bro. And it's like that's not the intention that he was. It's a weird form of like racism that isn't checked. It's like this weird like fetishization of like a black man talking about injustice from white people, and then you like fetishize it and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm white people." It's just not cute. That shit not cute to me.
And they think it's cute. You know, like, I mean, like the classic adage of like white people be like when they're the white people that be, you know, like it's that, you know, and I mean, like kind of like an inverse of what you're talking about. I've been thinking so much about this Finesse 2 Times clip that's been going around of him talking about eating the noodles with no packet and the cereal with the can. I don't know if y'all seen the clip going around, but like
I know
what
you're talking about, but I don't think I've seen it.
So it's funny just in the sense of like he's a rapper from Memphis. He was on live talking about like he was playing into like the type of struggle he went through and just saying like I ate noodles with no packet, and like it went viral in certain circles, and like you see like a white person laughing at that, and it's just like, why is that funny to you?
Right.
You know, like explain yourself. Like why like why is it funny to hear you talk about this guy eating cereal with no milk and waffles with no syrup and jelly? Like, you know, like it's like we can talk about that and we can kind of appreciate what that means, but just like outside of like the Memphis accent being kind of funny, like the fuck are you laughing at?
No,
Right.
man,
You know, like I've been dealing with that for the last like week just in my head. And then like you take somebody like Billy Woods, who I love. He's a friend. I've had him on the pod a bunch of times. Smart motherfucker, you know, like Backwoods. I love everything they do. I've had like those are my people. White people get weird about Billy Woods. They've been getting weird about Billy Woods for a long time, especially as he's gotten bigger. You know, like people are like, "Oh, you should," because I mean, it's like
them niggas started like white splaining too, and it's fucking oh my god,
man. Yo,
no, cause I don't think niggas understand, like, bro, there'll be shit that like is so baseline. Even I can even say the same shit about Kendrick. That's so baseline that like it isn't serious. But like since white people aren't in tune with that culture, them niggas think so hard about it and they start hyperfixating on it and they start just like misconstruing shit and like spewing like their rhetoric of like what they think it is, and it kind of like the real meaning gets lost in translation because white people can't mind their fucking business. And that shit used to piss me off. And that started with Kendrick, I was just like, fuck it. Like, it's fucked up, but he's big. Whenever they started talking to Billy Woods, I was like, nah, we're not doing this. No.
Yeah,
no.
Man. Y'all not taking Woods. Like, come on, man. Yeah, and then like people will talk about Woods like he, like all he wants to talk about is like Zimbabwean politics and Frantz Fanon, when like all that's there, but like you listen to his shit, he's talking about like normal. He's talking about normie shit. He's making like basketball references, talking about like fucking on ladies and hotel. Like like it's
this
just
nigga said
people,
black pussy is the new religion.
Like, come on, shout out to Elucid, man. Yeah, not like that, and like I eat too much pussy to be a Rasta. You know, like these,
this
like people don't want to hear.
Jumping.
Son, it's just like as somebody who's in that bubble and like knows those guys and sees the way people talk about them, I'm just like, like it really stresses me out because it's just like you're not really hearing what they're trying to say. I'm happy for their success and for the
Yeah.
people who get it and are like normal about liking that type of music, but I'm just like people try too hard to make that shit seem cool or like they're down, and like that's almost more offensive to me than somebody who's completely ignorant to what we got going on. Like if you're yeah, I mean, like Kendrick himself said it, you ain't gotta lie to kick it, bro.
bro.
And like a lot of people do. So
The best example I can think of like this weird like black fetishization, especially in music, is like there was, I don't know if you saw this one thing. There was this thing where like JPEG Mafia was in like this mall or some shit like that, and there was this clip of him like going off on like the workers in the mall or some shit like that. Like he was like screaming, and I remember there were niggas who was like, oh, he's like, the way that he just goes off is so like influential and like inspiring. Like I wish I had this type of confidence, and it's like, I don't know, bro. Something ain't right. Like something y'all, it's just weird. Like it's like some like get out shit. Like it's weird.
Yeah, man.
It's weird.
It's fucking weird. Like yeah, like people imprint on that in ways that aren't healthy and are just straight up racist. And like especially in these spaces, like everything's so much more potent. Like when you're below the surface, because it's like it's not really filtered. Like it, and I mean like not even like up top. Like Kendrick fans be getting weird too, but it's obviously a different power dynamic over there. And I don't know. It's like this is stuff I think about all the time. Is like like as a black person who like does all of this shit, and like as I'm sure y'all do too. I don't really remember what else I wanted to say, but I'm happy we got to talk about that for a bit because it frustrates me too. So.
I hate that shit. I'm really glad we get to talk about that.
Yeah, nah, man, me too. I'm happy. I'm happy. Like that's what I'm here for. Like this is even more important to me now than it was when we first hopped on. But on that note, before we finish, Souls, I want to talk. I want to talk about Westside Trapped and how it kind of fits into everything we've been saying just now. Cause like once again, like this project is super duper important in the sense of it being connected to your home in Nigeria and your family. And it's decidedly more serious than what you've had going on with the other stuff. So like, I know this is pretty new and it's just now starting to kind of make its rounds. So like, talk to me about like what your intention was behind creating this and how you made Odigbir sound as beautiful as it is, because that song is amazing. I love that fucking song.
Bro, oh wait, can y'all hear me? Okay. Hello? Oh wait, can y'all hear me? Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna do this shit from like a form of a timeline. We gonna experiment with this shit, all right? We gonna have fun with this. So before, like, way before I met this nigga, before I was like in these music circles, I had a plan with my dad where like, because of the lack of like Nigerian music making it to the West, we were thinking of like doing like an archive YouTube channel of just like music that we would get imported from Nigeria from our family members and shit that we would put up, because like any single like remaster or just like anything that like these niggas be touching when it comes to Nigerian music ends up sounding like ass, doesn't do it justice, low-key sometimes get fucked over, and just like it gets like, it's just not good recordings and shit, and we just wanted to do it justice. And plus we had like a lot of CDs and shit, so we were planning on doing that. We still plan on doing that shit, but we fell from the wayside when it came to it. But then I got to these music circles like later, right? And a lot of like these niggas, keep in mind, like coming from Nigeria, like I grew up with this music. Like I love this music all my life. And I would go to like these music circles and I would just see a bunch of like white people just like fetishizing it or just like using it as like internet points to like, I guess like seem like more obscure, like whatever. It was just mad weird because it's just like like literally grew up with this shit. Y'all niggas are just like doing it dirty. And I told a friend this shit and they were just like, yo, you're just doing this shit for internet points, and that shit like really clicked to me. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So that was part of the reason why I wanted to make this shit, just to like give Nigerian artists like much more of like a spotlight. A lot of my family members played in this shit. I went to Italy because a lot of like my family immigrated to like the Italy and the UK and shit. And I got a bunch of my family members to play some shit on there. Uh, Another reason why I wanted to do just like a straight up Afro beat like album too is because like I also wanted to prove uh like my talents is like outside of just like making electronic music. Like I can be like a good producer when it comes to outside of like the shit. So I didn't use any sine waves, no fucking like uh none of that shit. Just like straight up just like instrumentations and just like me arranging and just like fucking around with shit. And what else? Also like this was also like my most like I guess like a vulnerable and personal album because it's literally just like a dissection of like my culture and me that like I couldn't do justice to anything else. And it was also like much more political in that aspect too, because like it also angered me how like throughout the years how like imperialized Nigeria when it came to like art has been for like years and years and years now, especially since like Nigeria didn't get its independence. Like, I don't think niggas really understand that Nigeria didn't get its independence till like after the Beatles like broke up. Like 19.
Right.
My dad fought in the Nigerian Civil War. He's Igbo. So
Wow.
fucking it was just like a lot of that. Um, I don't know, like I also like had this idea too where I was gonna get like Weed 420 on this shit because we were gonna do like a protest song because like the Niger like Donald Trump bombing Nigeria and like the Venezuela shit, like the Venezuela like missile strikes all happened in like the same week. And niggas don't really talk about how insane that shit is. So we're gonna do like a protest song, but like we're thinking of just like doing like an EP or just like something separate. But a majority of that album has literally just been me just like giving a big fuck you to like a lot of like imperialist mindsets and also just like the westernized like isolation that they did to like a lot of Nigerian art for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man.
but it's also
Yeah,
just like a love letter.
I
Yeah,
love and appreciate that so much. Like listening to like Wake Your Ass Up for the national anthem and playing around with the flip and like I said the closer, these are just like like as somebody who's not Nigerian but has, like a decent amount of context into what's going on there politically and culturally, like this is it's just so dope to see this specific strain of music like Afrobeat and high life and all this stuff like transmuted the way you did it. Like you're very clearly working in a different tradition, but or you're clearly working within those traditional barriers, but it's still you. Like nobody else
yeah,
could have made this project, and I can feel the passion and the soul, and like seeing you talk about your family and like all these like the archiving aspect of you like saving of like y'all saving your family's sounds for this is like this
yeah,
it's just like this is what art is, like this is what
yeah,
we need more of right now, like made this specific way about these specific things, like the fact that y'all are
yeah,
putting eyes on these issues that like maybe like maybe some white person who thinks they're hip will like hear something like this and it'll like give them some context and they'll like read the description you put on the Bandcamp and they'll understand it. But even more important than that, somebody just like you who may be from or have family from Nigeria or just maybe is just African American or from somewhere else in the diaspora who feels like they're not being seen and can't connect with something will hear this and be like, damn, like like this person gets it, like I get this, I feel it, like just like this is and this is what and this goes back to everything we were just talking about like 15-20 minutes ago, like the
yeah,
fact that y'all, the both of you, are finding this way to speak about our culture and shit that's happening across the diaspora in ways
that feel, like that speak to these digital spaces that we all have lived in forever and that have molded us as humans, and like y'all have done it in a way that, like I'm clocking shit everywhere when I'm listening to you guys and shit, and I'm just like, y'all get this in a way that nobody else does, and it makes me, like I'm happy I was able to hear Westside Trap before I got here, because if I had missed it and then heard it and been like, shit, we didn't get to talk about it, but like this is like,
No, that
I'm yeah, nah, man, I'm just really impressed and like happy to see y'all really hitting your stride as individuals and as the side pieces, and like also calling yourselves the side pieces. Like, I'm so mad I didn't get to that until just now, but like the name, the side pieces, crazy. Like it's one of those ideas where it's like, damn, I can't believe nobody else tried this yet. Like it's so simple. You think about it, it's like, why didn't I think of that? Like it's just, once again, and like we all know what a side piece is. Like that's like, like that phrase is a culturally black thing. It's obviously it broke containment a long time ago, but like there's something about the idea of you two just like being the side pieces and just like making your own shit. It clicks for me, and I'm such a fan. I'm such an admirer, man. Like, just thank y'all, man, for real.
Thank you.
Actually,
no, seriously.
like I just think like I don't know, our music, same with Westside Trap or whatever, like it's one of those things where like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then you don't. But like some of the shit that we make, we genuinely just like want to give like a spotlight to. Whether it's with like me when it came to like me trying to like show niggas like a lot of like my Nigerian music. Even whenever like we constantly sample like black women because of like the stigma, like the weird stigma and like hatred around like black artists, like black women as artists and shit. Like,
Word.
So we like constantly just like sample because like we legitimately love these artists and shit. It's like a lot of that shit is like us trying to show like spotlight and trying to like put niggas on while also just like embracing and like expressing like our love for like this culture.
Yeah, shit matters. Like it's like it matters. Like being intentional about that matters now more than ever. Like we really got to hold on to this shit in ways that, give people confidence and like preserve, like y'all are archiving culture in your own way. So, and like, once again, like nobody's really doing it like you in this way. So just like keep it that. Stick, you have anything else you want to add to this before I ask y'all my very last question?
No, I think, that's pretty much, that's how it is. I think we kind of wanted to like dig on like black issues and just like embrace black culture without actually having to like say it per se. Cause like I said, I'm not a good rapper. I don't know how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to do all the word plays and the triple entendres and shit. Somebody out there can do that way better than me. So I think we just wanted to kind of like implement that from the source and just make it as good as possible, to be honest. Yeah, that was really the mission statement. Yeah,
that's dope. Yeah, and like y'all are really speaking through the music. Like once again, I'm hearing it, and I know I'm not the only one. But before we wrap this, my last question for the both of y'all, KP and Stick, if y'all lives were movies, what would they be about?
My shit would be fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. Like my shit would be wild.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine.
What would they be about?
Yeah.
I think it'd be like I don't know. It'd probably be like some like animated movie where like I think it would just be about like a dude who like found is solace the right word? Like peace? I don't think that's the right word. Like solace in like music as a way to escape from like fucked up shit, basically. Nice. That would pretty much be and then hopefully at the ending, like he get that bag, he get that money, like he come up off it, because that's what I'm manifesting. But yeah, that's what probably my.
I could see your. Do you know what rotoscoping is? Like the type of animation style.
I don't think so. Do you know like a movie?
You ever seen like a Scanner Darkly or Waking Life?
I don't think
Anything
so.
like that? So like the way rotoscoping works, they like shoot a movie regular, and then they have an artist illustrate each frame. They'll like draw the frames out, and will animate the movie like that. I could see your movie being a rotoscoped movie, like just like on some like it's kind of hard to describe, but once you see it, it'll like click immediately for you. A Scanner Darkly is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's also some science fiction shit that you'd probably really enjoy. By Philip K. Dick, the guy who wrote the movie that the book that Blade Runner was based off of. Either way, like that's I could see your life being like rotoscoped.
That shit do sound like it would be hard. Because it's like, bro, I know we joke around a lot, and I know I joke around a lot, but like music started for me as a way to kind of like escape from like a really like fucked up childhood. So it's like I had something to kind of like take me out of it. So I feel like, yeah, if there was a movie, it would kind of be about that, like finding a little imaginary escape. Because like media like low key saved my life. Like I wouldn't be where I am without media. I wouldn't be who I am without media. So it's like being able to escape through the real shit that you're going through and be able to find role models or like some sort of tranquility in things that you didn't have in your regular life is like, that's kind of like a big part of what I feel like that would be about. You know what I mean? Like as a theme, because I don't really see that in movies. You know what I mean? I don't really see like a movie about like somebody escape. Like you'll see like little scenes of like somebody like going to like a fairy land or some shit like that, escaping through media, but I never seen that as like an actual theme. I mean, maybe there is a movie out there like that. Like I said, I don't watch movies like that, so I don't know. But
you know what's funny? Precious is one of those movies.
Yo, low key.
Precious, just the way she like dreams about the way she has the dreams when she's going through traumatic episodes. Like it's in there. You gotta give the movie credit for that.
That's why I couldn't deal with that movie. That's what I was saying when I said that shit like stuck too close to home, because that's how I would be with like media. Right. That's why that's just too much. But yeah,
I feel you.
But the ending got to be about me getting that bag. We got to make it out, bro. We got to make it out the hood.
I want that for you. Fucking KP. What about you?
So I don't know. Low key, like, I guess like the whole premise of Debut, I could make into a movie, because like the whole reason like I made Debut initially was because like during that time because like me and Stick talked about like we move around a lot, like a lot. Like Stick, he moved around like the U.S. states. I moved around the country, but during Debut, I was like visiting a bunch of family. I was going to like different countries and different states and shit during that time, and like that whole album was literally just me being like, okay, I'm going to all these places and shit. Like I can go to all these places and shit, but like during that time I couldn't go to Nigeria. Like I couldn't go back to like where I was from. Due to like a variety of factors, but
right.
I guess like if I could make it like a movie about that shit, it would more so just be like, I guess just like a guy that's the nigga's like kind of homesick, but then he finds solace and he finds community in basically just like a home away from home kind of, and like they go up together, like they blow up and like get it together, because that's kind of just like how shit is right now. It's just like I'm being placed in like this environment that I was not born in, and that I did not like. I kind of grew up in, but I like didn't like have my whole upbringing in here, just to like thrive and just like make it where I couldn't. Like, so I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be along some like Marty Supreme, like hectic, like niggas screaming, babies crying, and all that shit, like like that type of timing. But I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make it like a sad movie too, because like I don't know. I'm way too unserious to do that shit. I don't want niggas crying like on the pixels and shit. But I do think it is like a very important story for like a lot of niggas, because I think that's why also like a lot of our like music, it's hard for us to stay stagnant in one style, because it's just like we're not used to that shit, because we've never been used to that shit, you know?
Yeah, we never had that like, oh yeah, I grew up in a family home my whole life. Like we was constantly moving around, and that shit comes with like a lot of weird shit that people don't talk about. Like it comes with a lot of, you know what I mean? I think that's also one of the reasons that like I even started making music was because like I wasn't really able to make friends and shit like that because I was constantly moving. So I would like lose my friends. So I was like, let me just find this thing to be good at. You know what I mean?
No, dead ass. And it was also because it's just like, even whenever I was moving and shit, like, there would be times where like I would be in the suburbs, then I would go like straight, like I would be homeless and I would be in like shelters, then I would be in the hood, and then I would be in like middle class. Like I would be like all over these like different like areas and places, and I would meet like different like breeds of people from like these different circumstances in certain locations and shit throughout like not even just like one state and one country, but just like multiple, you know? And
Yeah.
that shit used to like really stick with me, you know? And I do think that that is like a very interesting thing to like talk about, because not a lot of people talk about like, I guess like the concept of just like somebody who's constantly moving to the point where like you have no stability in your life, because like once you get close to like a group of people, like you're gone, and then you get close to another group of people, you're gone, you know?
Yeah, that shit has a lot of effects that people don't talk about, to be honest. Especially when it's like when it's not from like the same class, like when you like, because I think that's a reason that we make music together, period, and like we're so close because we had a very similar upbringings of like moving but being in like a different like class.
But we all ended up being in the South.
Oh God. Nah, bro. Nah, you guys, Texas ain't the South, gang. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh no,
bro. They got hate me.
That.
They got hate me, bro. They got hate me, but I'm sorry, bro. It's not. I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
that shit too big. Texas in it, bro. Texas is its own country. That shit is way too big. That shit it's too big to have like a southern. Nah, bro. Y'all got that
Texas.
shit.
Texas is huge, but come on, man. Like, what are we
Nah, y'all got
talking
that.
about?
Nah,
you from
if
Texas?
anything, if anything, we're the South Central, my nigga.
Nah, where you from? Where you from?
Bro. I'm from Jersey.
Oh yeah, you up north, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all got Texas. Oh, you from Jersey?
I'm
I
from
just
Jersey,
processed
yeah.
that. My bad. I lived in New York for a minute.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, in Utica, New York, upstate.
Yeah. Born and raised in Jersey. I still live here. All that shit. Yeah. But my mom stays in Texas. I got my mom's is in Texas. My big sister lives in Virginia. I got family I got family in the Carolinas.
That's where I'm from. North Carolina.
Oh no shit. Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm from all over. You know, there's a lot of people who also don't think Virginia's the South either. So like it's
no, Virginia's the South. Virginia definitely the South. It's just Texas. But Virginia, they a little bougie over there. That's probably why people be saying that they mad bougie, because they got all the hit makers, bro. They got like Pharrell. They got like who else they got? They got some big. I think
Missy Elliott, Timbaland.
This nigga gassing up Virginia, but we got into a whole argument because this nigga think that everybody in Virginia look like fish people. To the point where like this nigga made a whole diagram.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
This nigga said, "Oh yeah, Pusha T. This nigga look like a fish. D'Angelo. This nigga look like a fish."
Stop.
Like the closer you go to like Virginia Beach is like the worse it gets or some shit like that.
Bro, they do. Like, okay, well, I'm not gonna admit to that because this nigga gonna get me canceled. But all I'm saying is there is like an uncanny fish resemblance in Virginia, even with the white people. With the white people too. I don't know what's going on with that.
I was just down there 2 months ago. I didn't see no fucking fish people in Virginia. I mean, I could be because let me be clear. I was in the Richmond area. I was in the what's the other spot? Chesterfield. I was in Richmond and Chesterfield. Richmond and Chesterfield don't got no fucking fish people. I promise.
No, bro. I'm telling you that's where it be, bro. I'm telling you, it's in the eyes. It's in the eye. You know how like the fish, bro. I'm telling you, it's in the eye. You gotta peep game, bro. Next time you go to Virginia, go like near like the border. Really peep game, bro. You're gonna see some shit, bro. You're gonna be like, I'm telling you, bro.
I promise you, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Shout out to Virginia though. Virginia, where it's at. I fuck with Virginia. I love Virginia. But
shout out to Virginia. I had my first taste of a cookout while I was down there a couple months ago.
That shit busting.
Oh yeah.
That shit busting.
Yeah. Part of me wishes we had that up here, but if we did, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, they built one in New York. They got one in New York.
Where's their cookout in New York?
They just added one. I remember that shit was like packed, and all the people from the South. I saw it on like the Shade Room or some shit like that. But all the people from the South were like, it ain't gonna taste the same. Like, it ain't gonna be the same thing. But hey, if y'all got it, if it's up north, then.
Because I know they opened a Bojangles in Brooklyn. I know that much.
Oh yeah, bro. Yo, Bojangles. Yeah, oh my god.
No, wait. My bad. I'm wrong. That's what it was. It was Bojangles.
Yeah, Bojangles is good. I still never tried a Bowberry biscuit. At some point I will, but you know.
It's trash. That shit dry as fuck.
Damn. All right. You
see,
it's funny. Yeah.
The chicken biscuit's different though. The chicken
biscuit. Yeah, the chicken biscuit's great. I had that at the airport. I had a layover in North Carolina like 8 years ago. I had a chicken biscuit. It was crazy.
What is that? What's a layover?
Just like I was in an airport. I just had like I went to one airport to catch another flight, and they call that a layover.
I only been on a flight. I only been on a flight once. That's the only reason I don't know.
I feel yeah. No. I saw good.
We used to be moving by car. We used to be driving.
That's different, man. That's fucking different.
Bro, we drove
up them trucks and them U-Hauls and shit.
Bro, we drove from when I was living with my mom. We drove from North Carolina to Colorado, and then we drove back when we moved back. So yeah, it was like a 24-hour drive or some shit like that. That shit was OD.
I was gonna say that's damn near cross country. That's crazy.
Yo, dead ass. That shit is too much.
Damn. I mean, yeah, man. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed talking to y'all today. Like, I know this could go on for another 2 hours if we let it, but like, once again, just like thank y'all so much for your time and the energy you put into your music and for putting on for Black culture in the specific way you do. And after, like, I can't wait to see where y'all take this. You know, like, I know things are just getting started. Like, you're just getting eyes on you, and like this is you're building something special, and like I really appreciate it. So thank you for, y'all don't know me from Adam, so the fact that you came to do this means a lot. So thank you.
No, thank you, bro. It's great talking to you.
Thank you. No, dead ass.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. No, this was crazy. Like, thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the Black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.